Baker and him right now have the better cars out there.
The Atlanta Journal had a dinner on Friday night to honor the past champions of this race, and they made a special presentation to Bobby Allison, and he never seemed more confident about a race than he did that. He didn't want to spell it out. Now here comes Baker back to get his lap back. Meanwhile, Waltrip is getting passed by some more cars. Waltrip seems to be falling back just a bit here. Darrell Waltrip in some more trouble perhaps toward the end of the race as he runs in 8th place. The leadership, 22. Bobby Allison, and again Baker has gone back into the lead lap. The 21 car, the Wood Brothers car, is again back up in front. Lead lap, 3rd place, 311 laps complete, 17 laps remaining, 17 to go. Here is Allison in front. Neil Bonnett 2nd, Baker 3rd. Can Allison keep it going through these final 17 laps and win the Atlanta Journal 500?
Back at Atlanta International Raceway at the STP Pit Communication Center, Bobby Allison is the leader of this race, and he's getting a great help here from Buddy Baker, who at this moment has the fastest car on the racetrack. At lap 316, we've got just 12 to go. We're coming down to a finish. Baker pulling Allison around, and that is helping Allison to keep the 2nd place man, Neil Bonnett, at bay. Bonnett has been trying to close in, but because Allison has a fast car, Buddy Baker to draft with, it's leaving Neil Bonnett without the option of closing it out. For Bobby Allison, the story of this season and of the race for the championship is consistency. He's finished in the top 5 16 times in 28 races. He's been in the top 10 22 times, and we were surprised early in the race to see how hard he had charged. The story from their pits is the strategy was to lead early, let the leadership changes during the middle of the race work themselves out, and to lead it late. It has been a picture-perfect race for Bobby Allison. Back to Ken Squire.
Got a smoker coming out of turn number 4. Here's Baker running up with Allison wheel to wheel as Kyle Petty's car erupts in smoke. And here's Baker trying to take his lap back as they wheel down into turn number 1. Kyle Petty, car number 7, falls by the wayside. He is the 19th retiree from the event. Kyle Petty out of it. And there is Buddy Baker back into the lead lap another time. Cale Yarborough has won the Goodies Headache Award today. Cale Yarborough, who drove such an incredibly good race after the problems that he suffered a week ago in Rockingham in a very hard crash, gets that $500 bonus. Richard Petty is on pit road. 5th place car. Petty pulls in, makes his stop. Richard's run out of gas at a few of these races, so he's not taking a chance here. He came in and got a couple gallons of fuel. Richard Petty back on the track, and he'll stay fit. He was a lap in front of the 6th place car, Bill Elliott. There's Bobby Allison, the leader, number 22. Got a crash in turn 4, and the leader is coming by and just missing it. Bobby Allison and Buddy Baker came by 2 cars which had spun and crashed in turn 4.
And Ken, that gave Buddy Baker his chance to make up his lap, so he's going to be in that lead lap right behind Bobby Allison.
320 are complete. 8 laps to go. It's going to be a shootout to the finish. Jimmy Means in the 52 cars. We look at replay. There's one of the cars involved. The 02 Mike Potter here. And there you see the cars spinning as the leaders went by. Had they been up another lane, Baker and Allison both might have bit the bullet on that one. Caution is out. 8 laps to go. Looks to me like the track is fairly clear. Leaders are pitting. And Bobby Allison has run over something. He's coming in. The front end is torn up on his car. He is ricocheted off the wall. He's locked up the brakes. He's cut the brakes down. He's sliding in the pits, trying to bring it to a halt. Does it? He ran over something.
Ken, he blew a right front tire out there when he came into the pit area running over something, and that put him up into the wall. They're working on the car right now, trying to get the fender and everything out away from that tire.
Another dramatic change in the circumstances of the Atlanta Journal 500. They're trying to keep him in the lap. He grazed the wall, as you saw, coming down on a pit road.
They're changing off 4 tires. They must not think there's any problem on the outside. They've done that work. Now they're on the inside, changing the inside tires.
Bonnett comes out. Neil Bonnett comes on. He'll lead. Allison comes out. And look at the front end, a little bent up on the car number 22 as it comes on. That could have been from the tires it disintegrated, which tore up that fender a bit. And Baker is back in the lead lap. We'll get a replay here as to what happened to car number 22, and I think Jeff named it right on the spot. Here he comes onto pit road. And he had cut a tire down, and he just raises the wall.
I've never seen that happen before, Ken. He was coming into pits real nice and easy, and he must have run over some debris there, and it just exploded the right front tire, and it put him up against the wall.
There are now 322 laps complete, 6 to go. Here was Allison trying to get it locked up and stopped. Lucky he got it into his pits. Looked to me like he was going to go right clean by them. There's the tire. It just came off. Car number 22, Allison.
Well, you can see that thing is right shreds, and the thing just exploded. He must have ran over something, a real sharp object that punctured both liners. They have inner liners inside those tires for safety protection. It blew both of them out.
0-2, Mike Potter and Jimmy Means' car in collision, and that's what brought around this circumstance of the 6th caution of the day. We've had, what, 27 lead changes among 8 drivers? That's the story thus far. There's Bobby Allison. This marks his 19th consecutive Atlanta Journal 500. And during those years, Allison has driven for all kinds of teams out here. Ironically, his 2 wins in the Classic event, 1 each for Dygaard Racing, for whom he currently drives, and the other back in '72 for Junior Johnson. And now, of course, Darrell Waltrip drives for him. Well, here they come. 3 cars. They're giving them a 1-lap indication. 1 more lap and they're going to be racing, Jeff.
Right now, Ken, Bobby's trying to feel that car out to make sure the front end is all right. It looks like the sheet metal's bent up a little bit, but I don't think it got into his suspension any. He's working the car, and it seems to be turning okay.
Lining up for a restart. 3 cars battling in the lead lap. 21 Baker, 75 Bonnett, and 22 pull up on the outside. There they are, that trio together. Petty falls in behind them. Pace car has them in tow down the back straightaway. It will pull in. And when they do, how about it? There's Baker back on the point. Is he going to win this race for the 2nd time in his career? And Waltrip still determined to try and get a lap back. Darrell Waltrip still in there, working, fighting with everything that number 11 has today. But they made some changes on the car, and it may have put them backwards a bit. Here we come to the side. When they come to the line, 324 laps will have been completed. 4 laps to go. 4 to go in the Atlanta Journal 500, 24th annual for $306,000 live on WTBS. They're at the line. Baker draws out by a 4-car length advantage. Bill Elliott pits as they come across the line. Car number 9, Elliott running in 6th, pulled in for a pit stop. Meanwhile, Bonnett at number 75 closes on the leader. Into the back straightaway. Baker in 1st, Neil Bonnett in 2nd, Bobby Allison in 3rd. Back straight into turn 3. Bonnett goes to the inside. All the cars freshly shod with rubber. Here they come down out of turn number 4 to the inside. It is Bonnett, can't find the hole. Back he comes. Baker in front. Allison stays there in 3rd spot, and the aerodynamics look like they've been ruptured on car number 22. He can't make a move with those 2 leaders. Here comes Bonnett again.
Well, Neil is definitely trying to get in front of Buddy, but I think his best shot would be to stay behind him until that last lap. He just might be trying that move right now, though.
There he goes, down the inside as they work. Lap number 326. As they come around, this time we have a new leader. It is Neil Bonnett trying to win this race for the 3rd time. Baker stays there. Now is Baker planning to take a slingshot at him? A couple to go. Now there are 2. 2 laps remaining. Neil Bonnett is 1st. This time by, there will be a white flag and 1 lap to go. Buddy Baker is in 2nd, and Allison is fallen way back. He's 2 seconds back. No contest for Allison now. He'll hold on for 3rd. Waltrip, incidentally, is still in 8th. The battle is for the lead, and Bonnett is pulling away at turn 3.
And coming off the second quarter, Buddy Baker's car went way high. He apparently doesn't have quite the right setup for what he'd like to have, and that really cost him a lot of time.
Harold Kinder drops the white flag. There's one to go. Bonnett making the comeback. Looks like he's going to do it. Bobby Allison back there in the third spot as he goes into turn number 1. Down on the inside, there goes Waltrip around him, and there's problems on that 22 car. As they go down the back straightaway, Neil Bonnett in front, Buddy Baker in second. Checkers a third of a lap away on this mile-and-a-half track. Surprising circumstance just at the finish of the Atlanta Journal 500. And after it looked like it would be Yarborough's and then it would be Allison's, give it to Neil Bonnett in 75, the winner. Buddy Baker's coming home second. Bobby Allison holding on. He's coming to the line very slowly, but he's across in third place. There is Bobby Allison just crossing the stripe in the third position. Fourth will go to Terry Labonte unofficially. Fifth to Richard Petty. Morgan Shepherd maybe into sixth, and Bill Elliott in seventh. We'll wait on that final pit stop on Bill Elliott. So the red flag comes down. It's over for today. Darrell Waltrip will finish in 8th position. Bobby Allison in the 3rd position today. And they're checking on those points. It is Neil Bonnett who will journey to victory lane after this great racing event. The Atlanta Journal 500 will be in victory lane in a moment. 500, let's join him there now.
And we're in victory lane with Neil Bonnett and car sponsor Warner Hodgson. Neil, when you saw the trouble that Bobby was having after having tried to run him down so hard, what were your thoughts?
Well, you know, anytime somebody has bad luck like that, you know, I'd like to have been able to drove up there and took the win away, and I hate to see Bobby have that kind of problem, but I've been sitting there myself, had one of these things I thought put away, and have a problem like that. That's just as big a part. I'd like to take just a second. There's a good friend of mine, Arthur Papanassas, is very sick in Montgomery, and I like to say I want to dedicate that to you, Arthur.
They say generally on a super speedway you don't want to lead the white flag lap, yet you deliberately passed Buddy Baker. Were you that confident in the power this car had?
Well, Bob Rahilly and Butch Mock, the whole Ray Mock Hodgson team put out some effort. The motor was exceptionally strong. I knew that, you know, for a couple of laps I could go awful hard. Early in the race I could run hard on new tires. I had been pacing myself all race long, and I just kept getting myself in a position where I had to work awful hard. There's no doubt about it, Bobby's car was exceptionally strong, but we put those new tires on Buddy. Buddy was doing all he could do, but they made a difference.
Now, toward the end, when you were trying to chase Bobby Allison down, you got into quite a battle with Lake Speed, didn't you?
Well, the problem there is you can run good by yourself, and when I was running him down a little bit, and when Lake caught me, he was quicker, but he slowed me down because he kept loosening my car up. I didn't have time to mess with anybody. It was time to go, and had to blow the horn there a little bit to get some room.
Now, you only have one more race left with this team before you switch to a new allegiance. This must make you very happy to win this event for them.
Well, I tell you what, these boys here, I've had a very enjoyable year. We started off Daytona, went into Busch Clash, 125-miler, World 600. We come back and win this thing here. It's with mixed emotions that I'll leave. The boys are a heck of a team, but I'm going up to the Johnson Hodgson team next year and be a teammate of Darrell Waltrip, and I'm looking forward to that.
And emotion is certainly the word that underscores this victory lane. Bob Rahilly, the engine builder, reached inside the car completely in tears and surrounded his driver. Butch Mock patted him on the back. Mrs. Hodgson also nearly in tears. It's a very, very happy moment for this team.
Well, thank you very much, Dick Berggren. Bonnett seems to win here in odd years, Jeff. He won in 79, 81, and now he wins his 13th career victory in 1983, and he did it in dramatic fashion. His earlier victory this year, of course, the World 600 at the Charlotte Motor Speedway. Let's go to Jim Roller with Bobby Allison.
Hey, Bobby, what happened as you were coming into the pit lane? Apparently I run over some junk from the two guys that crashed up there and blew a tire out, and I wasn't enough to miss the inside pit wall.
It's sheet.
Really unfortunate, but we had a grand run today. A great effort by the crew. I don't know, you know, we could just avoid these little things that have kind of plagued us here. We've had a great season, and, you know, I'm just real pleased for Miller High Life and Quaker State and the whole deal. I just really feel good about it. Down to Riverside now, right? Right.
Allison gets 175 points. Waltrip gets 142 points. Allison will carry a 60-point lead into the finale at Riverside, which you'll be seeing on WTBS. And there you see the top 10 in today's race. Bonnett coming home first. Buddy Baker in second. Bobby Allison finishing third today. Richard Petty up for fourth. Terry Labonte in that fifth spot when it was over. A tremendous race with a lot of surprises when we get down to the finish today, Jeff Bodine.
Well, it sure was. You know, it's another typical Grand National finish. You never know what's going to happen until that checkered flag drops. And this Thursday, we're going to make an announcement about my effort next year, and we're real excited about that. And we'll be in Daytona for that in February, ready to go.
Well, we'll be at Riverside, California to follow the final batter as they get down to the championship for 1983. For Dave Despain, do we get a word from him? Let's get a quick word from David.
This board was full when we started. Attrition has depleted it pretty badly, and this guy stands at the top of the pack, Neil Bonnett, because he got 2 good tires on his last pit stop, 8 miles from the finish. The pits were the difference. Ken, back to you.
For Dave Despain, that you see each week on WTVS with Motor Week Illustrated. For Dick Berggren, who is with us today, and Jim Roller. For Jerry Garrett in the pits. And for Jeff Bodine, our sincere thanks for joining us today. I'm Ken Squire. It's Neil Bonnett, the winner of the 1983 Atlanta Journal 500.
Today's telecast was brought to you by the all-new Dodge Daytona Turbo Z.